Sophie from The Beauty Project.
Yep.
Thank you for joining me on GB Talks.
Thanks for having me.
How has your morning been?
Pretty good, nice and relaxing, which is nice.
You'd be excited with the news about the gym's opening?
Definitely, so excited I can get back into it and everyone else can get back to their jobs.
How much of the population do you think works out?
Oh my gosh.
Because it seems like everyone on my Instagram works out.
Yeah, 100%.
So like the last 24 hours has just been excitement.
100%, yep. People are so excited.
It's great. And how has not being able to go to the gym affected you?
I reckon so for mental health, not being able to go to the gym definitely affects you because you can do your workout from home and you can do all the online stuff, but nothing beats like the atmosphere of going into your gym and working out. So I've definitely missed being able to do that, most definitely.
Do you feel like you're a bit of a face of All About You Active?
Probably.
They better give you some free apparel. You're pretty much a sponsored athlete.
That's right, I get everything for free.
You're not allowed to say that online.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Do you want to let the Shepparton people know who you are?
Yeah, definitely. So my name's Sophie. I'm 24 years old, born and raised here in Shep. I have my business, The Beauty Project, that turned 2 in August. I am a dog mum of 2 puppies, Puppy and Phoebe, little labs, and I'm a part of the LGBTQ plus community, and I've been with my partner Kellie for about 4 years. So that's me.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's weird when you can put your whole life into a paragraph. Like, it's so much more complex than that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, God.
So hopefully we can get into some of that.
Yeah.
How long ago did you start the Beauty Project?
So 2 years ago in August, I started the Beauty Project. Yeah, so it feels like I've always done it, but it's crazy to think I've been doing it like on my own business for 2 and a bit years.
How does it feel to be your own boss?
Oh, so good. I'm never going to work for anyone else again.
What were you doing before that?
So I worked, I did receptionist, and then I also worked here in the industry at Wellsprings as well. So I worked there for a little bit as well. But I've always had the passion for beauty ever since I could remember, really. So it's always been what I loved.
Can you remember how it started?
The Beauty Project?
Or even just your passion for beauty?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So my auntie, she was a beauty therapist. So like ever since, I don't know, I think it was like grade 6, didn't even need my legs waxed, but she would like wax my legs and like did my eyebrows quite, thin back then. But anyway, but loved it. And for Christmas and my birthday, she would always give me Napoleon makeup and I would be obsessed with it. I loved it. And I remember for my year 8 social, I think it was, me and my best mate, I did her makeup and it was horrendous, but like I loved it and I thought it was awesome. And then ever since from there, I just always loved it. Whenever I could get an excuse for doing makeup on anyone, I would always do it. So yeah.
Do all girls love doing makeup?
Probably not. I don't think all girls do like doing makeup. Like I know Kellie doesn't like doing makeup and she's lucky that I can just do it for her.
Because it takes a while.
Yeah, definitely. And you've got to be like, you got to enjoy doing it, I guess, as well. Like if you can, that's why a lot of people go to makeup artists because they love the way it looks, but maybe they can't do it themselves or they don't have the products at home to do it themselves. So they're like, I'm just going to book somewhere and get it done instead.
Yeah. Because for some people it would be a chore. But
yeah.
You'd feel good after you made yourself look beautiful.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. You do. You feel awesome. You've got your mascara on, you've got your brows on, and you just feel like you can just conquer your day.
Yeah. Do you do your makeup every day?
I actually don't do my makeup every day, to be honest. I think, like, I always have my brows done, but I think because of the masks, I'm just like, it's okay. As long as I've got my brows on, it's all right.
Do you want to give us a little bit of a history lesson?
Yeah.
Like you just stated then, brows used to be thin.
Yeah, I know.
And now they're thick.
Yeah, I know. Thank Lord for that.
But it must have been attractive at some point to have thin brows.
Yeah, definitely.
Like when did it change and why did it change?
I actually don't know. Like I would say it probably changed because there would have been models or something like that in the industry that would have had fuller brows and then it would have just been a trend from then. I would say probably only in the last 3 years. I would say maybe even when I started the business 2 years ago, the fuller brows actually came in, which was a benefit for me because that's the only way I like doing brows. But I do have older clients that come to me and they're just like, help me out. Like, I just tweezed the shit out of my brows when I was younger and I need them full again.
Yeah. Do they struggle to grow back or something?
They do. So like with your lashes, like you notice your lashes, they always are falling out and they're always regrowing, whereas your brows, they really don't grow back that often. So it's important to kind of like, if you want to grow them back, don't even touch them for a whole year. And you need to get like castor oil on them or like a brow regrowth serum on them and get into like some full training for them.
Yeah. So if somebody comes and gets their brows done by you, and let's say they want to go through some sort of regrowth, they don't do anything themselves.
No, pretty much.
Because some girls, it's like an addiction, plucking their brows. Yeah,
it's like they wake up and they're like, the one thing I always get girls saying is when they're driving in their cars to go to work and they feel the sun hit them and they look in the revision mirror and they see their little hairs there, then they get the tweezers out and they pluck them in the car before they go to work. Everyone says that. I'm like, no, you just got to leave them. They're good. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like something that I've noticed as a male.
Yeah.
Has there been any other big trend changes recently?
Well, another one for brows is the brow lamination. So like you've got, usually a lot of people liked like the sleek brows, but now it's like the brushed up fully look. That's a big trend at the moment to keep them nice and fluffy and full rather than not as tamed. So that's a little trend going on now. That's changed, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
How did you start your business?
So I actually quit my job and I gave myself 2 weeks to start, like while I was still working, I gave myself 2 weeks just to start up the business. Had no idea. I was like, this is so not going to work, but let's just give it a try. And Kellie was like, yeah, 100%. Like she believed that it would work. I didn't have a name, didn't know how any of it even worked. So I was really lucky at the time. Like I still have these friends that helped me out. So I had an accountant. He came over and he was like, okay, we need to buy an ABN. I'm like, cool, how do I buy an ABN? So he helped me with that. And then he helped me with, you need insurance. You need an FPOS machine. I was like, oh yeah, didn't even think of any of that. So he helped me with all of that. And then I had another friend, she's a financial advisor. And she was like, okay, this is what tax means. This is what GST means. You need to get the council approved. You need to understand how to price things. And then I had Cal's boss, Anna. She still is a good mentor of mine, just making sure you don't pay yourself with all your jobs. And then Kellie obviously helped me a lot. She actually thought of the name. So I stole her name. She was going to have a business called the Kellie May Project. And then when we were thinking of a name, I had no idea what I wanted it to be. I didn't want to just be Beauty by Sophie because I knew I wanted it more than just beauty. Like I wanted to be more than that. And so she was like, oh, well, I was thinking you can have the Beauty Project. Like I just won't have Kellie May Project anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, let's do it. So then we bought the ABN for that. But I, was like, gave myself 2 weeks and I didn't think that it would take off. I was actually like going through job seeker, looking at other jobs because I was like, I'll only get 2 days worth of work where I'm like doing beauty. I'll need a reception job or whatever. And Kellie was like, just give yourself a couple of months and we'll see how it goes. So once I had finished up at the other job, I posted saying, the Beauty Project, it's now live. I didn't think I would get anyone booked in for that week at all. And I got 3 people wanting to book with me the next day. And I'm like, even though it doesn't seem that big now, at that time, I was like, oh my God, that's 3 people that want to come and get their eyebrows done by me. And then I think it was within about 3 months, I was like working 12-hour days and it just took off from there. So it's crazy. And my 3 clients has now turned into about 500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you still work with those 3 clients?
Yes, and I still remember them. And when I had my 2-year birthday, I messaged them. I'm like, thanks for being those like first 3 clients that ever came to me.
Were you nervous?
So nervous. Oh, so nervous.
What was Kellie in a position to support you financially?
Yeah, so that's one of the things why she said like, we'll be okay. We've got, we'll give it this amount of months because we can afford this. And if it goes belly up, okay, then we can have a look at getting another job. But you just need to focus on just getting it done because that's what I wanted.
So many people are scared to take that leap of faith.
I know.
But like you just said, even if it went belly up, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And at least you tried.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think a lot of people say like, you need to already have this many people as a clientele before you can open up, or you need to have this many years in the industry before you can open up. Like, I don't think that's a thing. Like, if you believe and you want to do it, like, just do it, and like, don't let people say, oh no, you have to be 7 years in the industry and have 70 clients already. Like, I think I had 2 clients follow me from my past job, and all the other ones were all new clients that I had created.
Yeah. So Shepparton obviously has enough people to accommodate lots of beauty places.
Yeah, definitely.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there are quite a few?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. And it's growing?
Yeah, definitely, always.
What do you think people studying for themselves do poorly?
I would probably say viewing the beauty industry as your competition rather than an ally. I think they need to realise, like, I know that I have such a good relationship with all the beauty girls here in Shep. And I think if I have a question on, hey, what products did you use for that, they would give that to me. And if they wanted information on a certain tint that I used it, or booking systems and stuff like that, I would give that to them as well. So I think it's always important to make sure that you have a good relationship with those in the industry, because you never know when you might need to call them up and be like, oh my gosh, I need help with this, or I need advice on this, or something like that. So if you've got that good relationship and it feels like comfortable to do that, then you're in a pretty good position to be able to do it.
Yeah, definitely. How would you approach another beauty practitioner and try and befriend them?
I don't even know how I've become friends with the girls.
Surely it's just an appreciation of each other's work.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, you know, like their things that they post, comment on their things that they post, even private message and be like, oh my God, I really liked how you did that makeup. And like, then they feel appreciated as well. And then you just create a good relationship with them. And it is important to still go to other beauty industries to maybe get your makeup done, or if you don't like getting your brows done that often, maybe on a special occasion you can go get your brows done and stuff like that.
Yeah. People are so inclined to look for what's wrong, instead of what's right.
Yeah.
So you just focus on what your competition does well, and appreciate them for that.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone has their own taste.
100%. And like, when you think of how many people are here in Shepparton, like, I can't possibly do everyone's brow waxes and tints in Shepparton. Like, there's always going to be someone that I'm not going to be able to take on. So it's like, you're not losing them. It just, you need to share it around. And
What services do you provide most?
I would definitely say, when I first started, it would have been makeup, but I would definitely say now brow waxes and tints, the little signature sculpt of mine. Yeah.
Okay, talk me through it a little bit.
Well, obviously, when I was saying, I reckon about when I first started, the bolder brows were coming in, the fluffier and fuller. And a lot of people like my eyebrows. So I was like, awesome, people like my eyebrows. I can totally recreate that. So my most common treatment for that is you're doing the tint. So we're creating like a bit more shape. Like, if someone doesn't have a nice arch, you can create the shape through the tint. And then we'll go through and wax them and do a bit of tweezing and a bit of trimming. And then we'll just brush them up and make them nice and fluffy.
Is that what you enjoy doing most?
Yeah, definitely. It brings a lot of people joy. Like, I remember when I had a redhead come in and she didn't have any eyebrows on her, and I did a brow wax and tint, and when I gave her the mirror, she cried because she was like, oh my God, I finally have eyebrows. It feels so good. So I definitely, love it.
I was with a bunch of my friends once, and I have a friend who's a redhead and he never had any eyebrows.
Yeah.
And one of our girlfriends tinted his eyebrows, and he
it.
just looked at himself in the mirror for like an hour.
Yeah.
He couldn't.
Shapes your face so much.
He was just... he went from like a solid 3 to a solid 5 as well. So
amazing.
It was so good. It was good times all around.
So good.
How would you describe your clients when they get their makeup revealed to them? Like, obviously that would be an amazing experience, because there's few things better than feeling good about yourself, and part of that is looking good.
Yeah, definitely. Well, a lot of them, like when you have your wedding day, for example, like, you're already so excited, and then once you look at your makeup, you're like, oh my God, it feels so good. You know, I've got the nice contour, my eyes look nice and bright, my brows are nice and shaped, and it's just like one stress they don't have to worry about. They know that they can, have an awesome day now knowing that their makeup's done and they're happy with it.
Do you do many weddings?
I do, I did a lot of weddings, obviously with COVID, not so many now, but I have a few booked in for next year, which is exciting. Hopefully they can all go ahead still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work as a personal trainer, so
Yes.
I do my job and I get paid for it, which is amazing. But I also get a ton of other benefits that come along with that, because people are just so appreciative about you helping them feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
So I'll get letters and photos and all these things. Do you receive gifts like that as well?
Yeah, when the COVID came in and the restrictions, every one of my clients brought me a gift, and I was like, you don't have to do that. And they were like, but I'm gonna miss you so much. And then once I came back, the same thing. They did the same thing. They came with presents because they were so happy that I was back. And I would definitely say all of my clients, they're my friends as well. If any of them text me and said, hey, you want to go out for lunch? I'd be like, yeah, I'm down for that. They're all, you make such a good relationship with them all, and they are really all your friends, which is awesome.
Yeah. When you work for yourself and you're doing these big days, you still do big days?
Yeah.
You almost have to turn your clients into your friends, because
definitely.
finding time outside of work is very challenging.
Yeah.
When you work for yourself.
Yeah.
So a lot of my closest friends are my gym clients.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm not ashamed of that,
No.
because they're great people.
Yeah, 100%. No, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. Do you think that your clients come to you for more than just the service you provide? You just touched on that briefly then.
Yeah.
But do you ever get held up after the session? And
Always. I always have some certain clients that I always make sure I put at the end of the day, because I know I'm going to be talking with them for an hour. It's always about nonsense, but it's just we just love having a chat after it and just catching up. And I always make sure I put certain clients at the end of the day, or a Saturday afternoon, just so we can just catch up like you would with your friends. It's awesome.
Do you find a lot of your clients dump their problems on you?
Yeah, I wouldn't they would say, oh my God, sorry, I'm dumping my problems on you. But I love being able to help my clients out. If they've got something going on with their partner, they can confide in me. Or if, a few of them at the moment, they're in year 12 and they can just vent about what's happening and all of that sort of stuff. Or clients that have recently bought land and they come in and they're excited because they're oh my gosh, I've got I don't know, the concrete's laid now. I'll show you a photo. I'm yeah, sweet, show me a photo. But it's good because it kind of goes both ways. I remember once a client, I was just having a shitty day, and a client came in, she's are you all right? And I was yeah, I'm fine, just having a down day. And she, I confided in her a friend would as well. So it kind of works both ways. I'm very lucky in that aspect.
Yeah. You're not worried about how they'll perceive you if you
No.
show a little bit of emotion? I don't think you should be, but...
Yeah, no, I don't reckon. I'm literally an open book. If, a lot of my clients, we just, tell each other everything. And I don't know, I think they probably like it more, to be honest, because you can be a bit more relatable, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that what you do is very professional or more fun?
The service is professional,
Yes.
but me, I'm probably more fun as the professional person.
And then that would definitely attract some clients to you as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How did you go during the COVID period?
The first COVID, I think I did well. I think I had a list down of everything that I wanted to achieve, interacting with my clients still, checking in on other people's mental health states because it was such a shitty time. The second isolation, I probably felt a little bit more down because I was mad that I had to shut my business again after only having it up and running for, I didn't even know, it was over a month or something like that. But yeah, it was hard, but I think it was nice because my clients were still always messaging me and being hey, what's up? Or I would message a client, and when their appointment was coming up, I'd text them and be oh, sad I'm not seeing you today. How are your brows going anyway? And they'll send me a photo and they'll be which eyebrow should I pluck? I'm okay, I'll tell you because I don't want you taking the wrong eyebrow. And I did the tint kits as well, which was good. So I did a little video up of how to tint your own eyebrows and trim them and all that sort of stuff. So I had a lot of people like that because it feels good to have your eye something done that you usually would. So when clients could have their own eyebrows tinted, it made them feel like themselves again. So I think that was another good thing that I did.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
They would have really appreciated that. Was that on your social media, was it?
Yeah, so I got Kellie to do the video up because, like, I'm not the savviest with computers and stuff. So she did the video up for me, and then I just, like, sent it to all of them, and then I dropped them off, like, the little tint kit and little written instructions and stuff like that. And I was like, just send me pics throughout the process. I wasn't doing anything anyway. I'm like, you can even have me on face call. I don't care. Like, it's fine. But, yeah, a lot of them liked that, which was good.
What's your end goal?
End goal? Well, I definitely want to... I reckon I'd want to be, like, bigger than just one person. I want to employ more people to provide more services, and I think I'm, like, at that point in my career where I could definitely employ more people. Having, like, my own maybe, like, shop front, or, like, renovating, like, buying a house and, like, renovating it up and having, like, the business in the house and stuff like that. Like, that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, so you prefer to have a business in a house or in a shop?
I don't know, like, probably, like, shop fronts are expensive. I've been looking at some at the moment to rent, whereas, I don't know, like, houses, you know, easier to park sometimes because they might be down, like, a street or a crescent that's not as busy. And, you know, most, like, the house is already done. You can literally just, like, use, like, the living room as one person's room, another bedroom as the room, and all that sort of stuff. So I think, like, a house would be cool. Like, that would kind of be my vibe, to, like, do up a house, I reckon, and make it look pretty cool.
You are still very passionate about beauty?
Yeah, definitely. And I think because, like, beauty is forever evolving and there's always new things, so there's new things that you can be, like, passionate about. Like, at the moment, it's, like, the brow lamination, so that's something that I'm, like, still training myself in. So that's, like, the new passion, perfecting that. So I think as long as there's always something that's ever, like, all things that are ever changing, like, I'll always have the passion for it. It's always what I'll want to do.
Do you have any mentors who have been in the industry longer than you have?
I don't know if... Well, I don't know. We're all kind of, like, similar parts of when we first started. I definitely love the way Makeup by Kimberly. I love the way she does her makeup. And by Molly Rush in Echuca, I love the way that she does her eyebrows. I'm definitely inspired by both of those girls. And I think they've been doing it a bit longer than me. And I know for a fact if I ever message them, and I know I have, I'd be like, oh my gosh, can you tell me, like, what foundation you use? And, like, Kimberly gave me, like, a whole paragraph of everything about everything she used. And yeah, like, I love that. And same with Molly, she would do the same for me. So yeah.
Yeah. I like the idea of running a business out of a home.
Yeah.
Especially, like, something that you do. The major con to that, in my mind, is it's hard for you to walk away from it.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's something that now that I'm working from LKS, this is my third week working away now. It does give you a bit of that work-life balance, and I definitely realised when I worked from home, like, if someone messaged you at 10:30 at night, I would reply to it because my home was my work as well. Whereas, like, when you don't work from home, there's a bit of that separation where you can be like, oh, just reply tomorrow morning and it's fine. Whereas otherwise I'll feel guilty if I don't reply.
Yes. Yeah, I tell people that about training at home.
Yeah.
Home's a place of rest.
Yeah.
I can't do 5 push-ups here.
Yeah.
But if we were at the gym, I'd do 500.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
It must be the gravity or something. But that is a danger of working from home.
Yeah, 100%. You can't turn off.
How do you turn off?
Well, I don't know. Like,
do you feel like you have balance, or do you think that you're obsessed with work?
Oh, I'm obsessed with work. I am trying to get better. This is why, like, the step working from a shop front away from home is super important. Only because, yeah, like, my work is such a high priority of mine. I think it is good to kind of, like, step back and be like, okay, like, on Sunday, that's your day off. You don't have to do any work. Like, just enjoy time with the dogs and Cal and go for a drive or go see friends and stuff like that. So it is hard to switch off, but yeah, I'm probably a little bit obsessed, but I don't see it as that bad of a thing.
Yeah. And these are the years to be obsessed, to get in front as well.
100%. And that's what I always think. I'm just like, get in front now, because then, like, you know, when you can have staff and all of that sort of stuff, you might be in your 30s and you won't be working as much as, you know, the grind you're doing now, I guess.
Yeah. You'll never work for someone else again?
Mm-mm. No.
It's on record.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Write it down, sealed, done.
You're going to go for a job interview one day. They're like, we pulled this up from GB Talks.
Just
Can
so
you explain this?
Yeah. And I'll be like, oh, God.
You've obviously got a great beauty business, but that's not all of who you are.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about who you are outside of that.
Yeah, so as I said, I'm a part of the LGBTQ plus community. So outside of work, I'm a part of that community, and I face like a heap of struggles with that. I guess coming out to those who meant the most to me at that time wasn't as accepted, but I definitely grew as a person, and I would say that I'm a lot more of an independent person, stronger for it. And it just made me realise other friends and family that they're just as important, and it made relationships with them a lot better. Outside of work, what else am I?
No, that's a lot to face.
Yeah, definitely.
And you think it shaped you by making you more resilient?
100%, and I guess it opened my eyes up to the world. And not everyone's going to be happy with the things that you do, but as long as you are, then that's all you can really ask for, I guess.
What were you anticipating when you opened up to the people who meant most to you?
That it would be totally fine. Yeah,
okay, wow.
Yeah. So it was a shock, like a massive shock, yeah.
Did it take a lot of courage just to do that, or did you kind of go in there thinking, this is going to be easy?
100% went in there thinking, this is so going to be easy. Didn't have like any idea that it wasn't going to be at all.
Have you helped anyone else through this situation?
I think maybe not directly that situation, but like anything where they need to come, like say anything about maybe they don't want to do the uni course anymore, like, oh, how do I like tell that to whoever I need to tell, like what would you do? So I would say not directly that situation, but definitely other situations. I would think so, yeah.
Has the situation evolved into a more comfortable situation?
For myself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just, I am who I am, and you can take it or you can leave it, pretty much.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you can be.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that if I'm happy, then everyone who's close to me should be happy for me, despite your beliefs, I guess.
Why do you think somebody wouldn't be?
I think a lot of people are afraid, like, what it's going to look like. What if, what's it going to look like? What are people going to say about you, or what are they going to say about this person? I would say, people like to say, oh, it's because of the age I was brought into back then. And it's like, well, we're not really in that age era anymore. Like, it's so many people are gay, and so many people, like, it's everywhere. Like, you can't really say, oh, it's just what I was brought up to be. Well, it's like, well, you need to evolve them, because that's just the way the world is, and you can't just say that, because it's not a good enough answer.
Yeah, I am in the same boat as you. Like, it isn't a good, like, just because something's been one way for so long, it doesn't mean that's the way it has to stay. Yeah. But it's just so hard to get that message across to some people. Mm-hmm. It's just years of being stuck in the same boat, and they just why I think it's hard for them is because that's not who they identify with. Yeah. And they don't want to admit that they've been wrong for so long. Yeah. Because it's like almost like your whole reality, it has to reform itself.
Yeah, and I would say people are too stubborn to put their feet in other people's shoes to realise, oh, maybe I shouldn't be like, or maybe if I viewed it like this, it would be okay, or it's fine to me have my opinion, but maybe I won't voice my harsh opinions out into the world towards people that, you love the most. Like, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but you shouldn't put other people's emotions, like, down for it or anything like that.
Yeah. People don't know how much words hurt.
Oh, God, no. Not at all. People don't. Yeah. Or maybe they do, and that's why they are like that.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
So do you have any joint goals with your partner?
Definitely we want to buy a house. We'd love to buy a house this year or early next year. And then we eventually want to have a family. So we'd want to look into having, like, everything that works for us having kids and all that sort of stuff. So that would be something that we'd want to do like within the next, 2-3 years, looking into that, because doing it through IVF will always take potentially a longer time. So we just want to have all of that organised. So then when we're ready, like everything can be ready, I guess, and probably adopting another dog.
Did you adopt your first 2 dogs?
Well, no, we didn't adopt them, but now that there's so many there's GB adoption pages and all that, I'm like, I can't even like look at it, because I'm just like, I need that dog, like I need to save it. But we're not really in a position right now that we could have another dog. We just don't have a big enough backyard and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I would love to have so many dogs.
Yeah, wow. Like you building your own house, you could put it on like 5 acres.
Yeah, go for it. Like, it would be amazing.
You should do like a beauty / like doggy daycare.
100%. I used to have a client when I worked from home. She would come 10 minutes early. She would pop the back gate to play with my dogs for 10 minutes until her appointment came. Like, people love dogs.
I didn't love dogs until I had my own dog.
Yeah. What dog do you have?
I had a Great Dane.
Yeah.
And he was gorgeous.
Aww.
They get it right every time.
Oh, 100%.
Like, and that's what I think. Whenever like I have someone coming over to my house, I always think, what would a dog do? Be excited to see 100%, this person.
100%. Sorry, go on.
And you just reward the dog for its whole life because it gets that one thing right.
Yeah, 100%. Poppy was like she's been really shitty at me because I haven't been working at home. So I'm not like hanging out with her as much, and she full on like wouldn't even come near me. She was just giving me like the side eye for like all last week, and I was like, Poppy, please don't hate me. And so like she's been getting a lot of walks lately just to get her out of that funk of hating on me, but she's a lot better now. Just got to give her that bit of extra attention when I get home.
So you've obviously spoken to your partner about having kids.
Yeah.
How do you think the big conversations go down with that child?
Yeah.
Like, just out of curiosity, like, how do you explain 2 mums to a kid?
I know, right? Yeah. That's a good question. I think, like, sometimes having 2 mums could be better than having a mum and dad. Having 1 mum could be better than having a dad. Having 1 dad could be better than having any other parent. So I think explaining it to the kid that, you're actually lucky to have 2 parents. Doesn't matter that they're both mums, but having 2 parents, like, you're quite lucky to be able to be like that. And because there's other people that maybe they don't, because their parents have passed away or something like that. So, as long as they're aware that they're lucky to have 2 loving parents, it shouldn't matter the gender of them as well.
Yeah. You could probably just describe it as love.
Yeah, 100%.
Instead of anything else, like, you have 2 people who love each other.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and even, how awesome. I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Oh, gosh.
How do you think you'll be as a mum?
I hope good. I never really thought that I was like a maternal person, and Cal's mates had 4 babies this year, so we have 4 babies within the last 5 months, and I was like, oh yeah, nah, I'm definitely maternal. Like, I'm obsessed with these kids. I think I will be good. I hope I'm good. Only because I think I've had like past experiences that has molded me into who I am. So I think I would have a good like wisdom and stuff to give to my kids, and I would just be able to love them no matter what, I guess.
Yeah. As a whole, how was your childhood?
Yeah, good. As a whole, my childhood was good. It was just that portion of my life 4 years ago that was sucky. But other than that, I don't have any complaints.
What was Kellie like during that period? Obviously very supportive.
Definitely. So we actually hid our relationship for 9 months, so it was quite hard. But she was number 1 supporter always, and her mum and her sister also were the same. Just like so understanding of it all, which was amazing. I think that was the important thing. Was like the guilt that I felt that we were in hiding for that long, and all of that sort of stuff. So I think I was lucky that they were so understanding, and we were kind of like you know, like I would be like, is this worth it, like, for you? And she was like, 100%, like, if it comes out on the other side and we're still together, like, 110%. So I'm pretty lucky.
How did you guys meet?
Gym,
really?
Yeah.
All about you?
Yeah. And do you know what is so funny? So in year 12, you know when you do scab hunt?
Yes.
One of the things was kiss a girl, right? And neither of us were openly anything yet. And she was the gym instructor, and I was like, oh my God, Callie's working, I'll run up there. So I kissed her for scab hunt, and then it was like, however many years later, I was like, oh my God, we're actually together now, and we have a photo of like our first kiss, not being together, but our first kiss. How funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you know her at that point?
I don't know. So like I don't really care to identify as like anything. I'm just like, I'm more of a person that falls for like the personality of someone.
Great.
So at that time, probably not, no. When she came out, I was then like, oh, maybe I like that. You know what I mean? And then I was able to explore that. But yeah, growing up, I never really had, you know, I only had one boyfriend in high school in year 10, and then I hadn't seen anyone for like so long. And I think that was probably, now I look back, it was obviously because it wasn't like a gender that I was looking for. It was a personality and characteristics and stuff that I was looking for in a person, and didn't meet that until Cal.
Yeah, it probably seems far away, but I think that will be the norm.
Yeah, 100%.
Eventually.
100%.
It should be like that already.
Yeah, I know for some people, having their identity is important. So like for Cal, identifying as a lesbian is important for her, because all through her life, she like felt like disgusted that that's what she was. And she didn't know what she was, and she thought that she would never have anyone in her life that could love her for her. But once she came out and everyone was so supportive, and then like she met me, she now says like for her it's important to identify as that, because she didn't have an identity for so long. So like, yeah, I guess I do agree, like it is like, you know, you can be whatever you are, but if you feel it's important to have a label, then, you know, have it.
Yeah, I think everyone deserves enough respect to be treated the way they feel like they should be treated.
Yeah, 100%.
Can I put you on the spot?
Yeah.
5 things that you love about Kellie.
Bless. Okay, her smile. And then I would also say her personality, being that as she's like beyond kind. I would say every morning she leaves me a sticky note. I always love that about her. Just like today, she was like, good luck on the podcast today. Just cute little things like that. And then I would say another one is that she came with the dogs. That was a bonus. And then lastly, she just loves me for me, and that she's been able to stick by me through everything. And I think that that's rare to find someone that can stick with you through like toughest times and support me through the business and all that. Yeah, that
was something that definitely stuck out for me.
Yeah,
I feel like you should take in turns of chasing your dream.
Yeah, and definitely.
The easiest way to do that is to have a partner who can kind of hold down the ship while you do your, like you have your crack, and then they can go have their crack.
100%.
What's her dream?
Well, definitely she loves branding. So she likes doing like videography. So she likes doing ads, or she would love doing like any sort of branding. So like say for your GV talk, she'd love to make like the signs and the vouchers, and just say you make drink bottles and all that sort of stuff. She loves that sort of branding and all of that. And she loves the gym as well. She's worked with them for about, I think, 10 years now. So she has like 2 big passions. But I think personally, the branding and all of that like will be something in the future that she'll definitely, I'll push her to do.
Yeah. Did she help you with your apparel? It looks unreal.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I love it. It's so good.
Where can people find that?
So they only have to contact me, and I can do a pre-order for them all, which is awesome. But yeah, she did help me with all of that, and we wanted to do like a change up of the logo and stuff like that. And I was just like, you know what? I think I love rainbows, so let's go with rainbows.
Yeah, I seen it. I was like, that is money. That's so good. And even like the quality of the apparel in the photos looks like
good.
It looks great. It doesn't look like, I don't know where you get it from. You don't have to tell me, but it looks
Sweater Club.
Yeah, everyone gets their stuff from AS Colour.
Yes.
And that's obviously not, and it looks much better. Because
Oh,
it doesn't
thanks.
look like everyone else's.
Yeah. Well, that's what I wanted to do. That's why, like, I found it important to be called, like, the Beauty Project, because I want to be, like, different from everyone else that is, like, makeup by or beauty by and all that sort of stuff. So I can venture out into this sort of stuff and it look cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you make them in men's?
Pardon?
Do you make them in men's?
Yeah, well, they're unisex.
Do you do any work on men?
Not
What are their
really.
names?
Like, I do some, like, brows.
Yeah.
And then I used to do a bit of, like, leg waxing for people cyclists.
Yeah.
But haven't had many of them. I just get an odd, like, brow wax here or there. But not as many, no.
Do you think that that's something that will open up eventually?
I think so. Like, it's surprising, like, you know, men do care about their appearance, of course, but I think sometimes they can get a bit nervous when they walk into, say, like, a beauty shop. They might feel a bit insecure about it, but, like, once they meet me, they're like, oh, no, she's fine to do my brows. She's not going to make them like hers. And if they want it like mine, they can, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any other hobbies?
So I think my hobby was always beauty. So I'm just super lucky that I could make my hobby into, like, my career. But other than beauty, I just love chilling out with Cal and the dogs, go for walks, hanging out with my friends. Most of them live in Melbourne, so obviously that's a bit difficult at the moment. This is not really a hobby, but I love just, like, sitting on the couch and watching Netflix and eating food.
Do you think you're an introvert or an extrovert?
Can you be both?
Yeah, I reckon in my personal experience, when I'm at the gym, I'm an extrovert.
Yeah, and then by yourself.
But I need to recharge my batteries.
Yeah.
So I can only do that for so long.
Yeah.
Because deep down, I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
So I need to go home and just be by myself.
Yeah.
Or just be like...
We're the same.
not I can't speak to anyone.
Yeah.
I just need to be there and just kind of come back to myself.
Yeah.
And then I'm good to go the next day.
100%. And plus you do your early mornings and stuff, so you need to really recharge to be able to see people that might not be a morning person come into the gym.
Yeah. No, most people are pretty happy to come into the
They
gym.
are. Good.
Yeah. I think it would be like your job. I think that'd be very similar.
Yeah.
Everyone's super pumped to come because...
They're getting what they want.
And they're choosing to go.
Yeah,
It's
true.
not like they're forced to go. They want to come, so they're usually happy to come.
Very true. When when it was lockdown last ISO, I gave an option for a 5 a.m. for brows for this chick, and she's like, yeah, I'm there. I'm like, wow, okay, sounds good. So yeah, you're right. Like, when you choose to be there, you're happy to be there.
Yeah. What do you think of Shepparton as a town?
I love it. It's really weird. Someone asked me this question last week, a client of mine. I was like, oh, that's really funny. I love it. Like, all my friends and my family here, my business is here. You're not far from, Melbourne or anywhere else that you want to go. I think it's a good, like, community as well. I kind of like when people are like, oh, like, as if you want to live in Shepparton, or I hate living in Shepparton and all that sort of stuff. I feel like just saying, well, just move then, because, like, it's who you surround yourself, it's what you make of it. If you don't like it, well, like, go away.
Yeah, it's easy to blame your environment.
Yeah, 100%. It's probably like, oh, you don't like Shepparton probably because you don't like your job, or you mightn't surround yourself by good friends. Maybe if you change that, then it's not the Shepparton, it's you need to change potentially. But yeah, I love Shepparton. This is where I'll probably raise our family and everything like that. Well, it will be where we raise our family and everything like that. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, awesome. Who locally inspires you?
Locally inspires me, I would say, not beauty related. I love Secret Garden gigs, Jamie Lee. So good. I just think, like, Shepparton doesn't really have anything like that, and it's so fun to go there. Like, I love going to it, and it's all, like, local singers and all of that sort of stuff. So I think it's awesome for the community. It's something fun. You can take all your friends and just have, like, some bevies and some snacks and enjoy a good night. So, and it's inspiring because, yeah, like, there isn't anything like that in Shepparton. And it's just, yeah, something fun that you can do on the weekends.
Yeah, definitely.
And the idea is awesome.
Are you friends with Jamie?
Well, Kellie's good. Well, I'm going to say we're friends, but Kellie's friends with her because Kellie does a lot of, like, the videography and the photos and stuff like that for Jamie.
Yeah, I haven't met her yet, but like, I've been seeing her stuff on social, and other people who have come in have spoken about her highly. So hopefully I run into her in the near future.
Yeah, definitely. She's awesome.
Awesome. Is there anything you want to leave the Shepparton community with?
No, I think that's about it, really. I think I yeah, that's it.
No, I think you've done well to come in and speak
Good.
your truth. So, and I found it very interesting.
Good, I'm glad.
Thanks, Sophie.
No worries, thank you.